Hi guys, welcome back to some more Robocraft fun with the show mofo, and I doubt you'll be able to pick it up, but just in case you can hear a little bit of humming there in the background, that's just because the last recording I did, not the one that you'll have watched, but the last recording, as I was recording it, my PC overheated again, and I ended up losing it and having to leave my laptop to cool down for a good while. It is just too hot here at the moment in the UK, so I've cranked a couple of fans out, opened a few windows. It's night time now, so it is starting to cool down. I really do hope there won't be any more problems. Such a shame. I was having so much fun, and it just got wiped. No one will ever see it. Oh well. Okay, so what's going on? And of course, the two I was playing in, I had the Rover Mk1 out again. Oh, let's just go and, I know I've got some victory bonuses to get, but let's have a quick game. In case you haven't seen it, I was trying to build a flatbed tank. Yes. So, this is Rover, the not-so-flatbed tank, and he's T1 SMG. And it's just quite fun to play with, actually. When I took him out yesterday, I really expected him to just get torn to shreds straight away. I was very surprised. I actually managed to get a few kills. We're in against T2s now, though, as well, so he's got even less chance of surviving. But it's a bit of fun. It breaks the pace up. You know, a lot of the time I've just been waiting and waiting for battles when it's not a good time. It's not always a brilliant time to go and try and get a T9 or 10 battle. And sometimes the wait can just be a bit too much. So, I've been getting back into having a little play. At some point, I will try and take it a bit more seriously. I really do want to build a nice T1 kind of flatbed design. Well, somebody needs some help. Let's see if Rover can get there to give him a hand. Although I don't know where that player is. Don't seem to have encountered much at the moment. There we go. Oh, this guy's going to shred us. Wonder if that scared him going around the corner and seeing a big dog. Is he going to come back round? Has he decided to go the other way? No, he's shooting. He's waiting for me to come around the corner. I'm much taller than he is, so I really don't want to pop my head around there. Let's try and get out of there. I'll just escape. Oh, sort of escape. Sort of wander off one-legged. Take my one-legged hover dog for a little wander. There's a guy to shoot at over there if I can line up a shot. No, I can't really fire that way. I need to turn around a bit. Oops. Come on, get up. Up you get. Let's turn that way a little. There you go. Did 1%. Oh, I managed to do a bit more. Oh no, I think he got railed as well. Okay, off we go. Let's see if we can get out of here. It's really hard to... the rear leg with the weight on it is acting a bit like a pendulum. And swinging him around. Let's see if we can get up here. I really don't believe I survived that encounter before. It was quite nice being able to escape like that. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh, there's loads of them. I really shouldn't have come over the hill. I got a hit on this. Oh, this guy's just a horrible little tiny frame. I think the weapon's down there. So let's try and take those weapons out before he can get a shot on that corner block. Might be able to break it off. There it goes. Lovely stuff. Team victory. Haha! Good game. Good game, guys. Okay, so I built this. I really wanted to buy a little, build a little flatbed. I'm just, well, partially I'm not that good at it, because pretty much as soon as I started playing, I got, sorry, the aerofoil update came out, and I just got hooked on trying to build a flyer. So I really don't have that much experience of building an actual flatbed tank. Bearing in mind, I've got a lot more flops now than I used to have. I thought I might as well start getting into that, as at some point I will have enough flops to build probably between level, say, 60 and 70 plus. I will probably have enough flops to build some kind of reasonable flatbed tank up in the high tiers. So I thought I'd come back down and have a go in this, but I just got a little bit bored with it, really. You know, the kind of little cars and stuff I'd made when I first started playing, I didn't have much experience, and I certainly didn't have many flops to play with. Also, the white cubes and the low-level SMGs weren't free as they are now, whereas now I can just go and get a whole load of white cubes, don't have to pay anything for them. Also, with being able to play in the higher tiers, these white blocks cost pence, you know, because the prisms and the tetras and stuff, they still cost money. But, you know, they all just cost pence now, really, in terms of RP. So, at some point, I will be having a go at that. I just get a bit, it gets a little bit frustrating, and then maybe I get a bit bored, and I just fancy making something a bit more creative. And certainly I will be wanting to make a lot more creative base. Now, still got the midge here, and of course he's got these massive jets on him at the moment, which takes him up to tier 7. So he is entirely in the wrong colour armour. He would just be torn to shreds, although he is a very nice and fast flyer. I'm wondering about upscaling the armour on this, but then of course that will also add weight to him. Also at T7 I think he would need bigger weapons on him, as well, higher tier weapons, which of course take up more space on the craft, which means then you have to modify it. But I really like this, and it kind of, it's the odd little shapes on it are giving me some ideas for some other things. And so I'm just kind of leaving that there for the moment, just as sort of a reference, and maybe I'll do something with it, maybe I won't, not too sure. I think I'm going to lead a lot more bays, because these are all full now. I've got the snub. I'm going to hang on to Rover for a little bit because he's quite entertaining. That's full while I think about this. This guy still hasn't got a name. Can't think of what to call it. I keep wondering whether to just bin it off and then it has a good game. So, and then of course these two are my plasma bombers, Crow versus Giants, and the Red Baron. And they're pretty much, you know, I'm keeping those. They'll only ever maybe get modified. I don't think I'll be scrapping them at any point. So anyway, in my final bay, bay number 4, I set out and again I tried to make a tank. some kind of flatbed design to be an efficient killer, to like go and deal some awesome death in tier 1. I ended up spending all of my CPU pretty much. I ended up in T2, and well, judge it for yourself. Is it a flatbed? I'm not sure you could call it a flatbed. Now, this isn't even the original design. On the original design, he pretty much had roller skates. There were a set of wheels on each of these, and the hands or claws were slightly different and a little bit more solid. But as you can see, this is 1001 out of 1006 flops. So I ran out of flops trying to correct it, and actually, this guy needs more CPU, because once those wheels came off, it made them very difficult to steer. Those inner wheels, they were helping a great deal with how manoeuvrable he is. And while I've got some things in play there to keep him the right way up and move him around, they really could do with being refined, so that it's less of a hassle if he topples over to get him back on his feet. And also, there should be more stuff in play to just keep him on his feet a lot more of the time. I'd actually like to have some of these hover rotors in the design I had in mind. There were actually a couple that should have been on the back of these legs, and the armour on the legs should have been built out a bit more, sort of how a Space Marines, the lower leg sections come out. If you've ever seen those guys, you'll know what I mean. So that way, if I needed to, while moving around, I could hold shift and the hover blades would kind of pull him down into place. So I took him out in the practice. I'll just take him out now to show you, so you can have a little wander around before the enemy tear me to shreds. I took him out in practice in this video that got destroyed when my laptop overheated. Had a little practice with him, got the hang of self-righting, that kind of thing. Manoeuvring around. Now, most of the weapons are on the front, but the two mounted on his shoulders does mean you can fire behind him a little bit. Let's just zoom out. So, as you see, he does wobble around somewhat. But if he falls over, I can get him back on his feet. It's not too difficult, but what it is at the moment, because of the low jets and stuff, it's a little bit time consuming. Come on, get up, get up. This is awful. It does take a little bit of practice to get the hang of what I need to be pressing, because there's certain ways that you can right him and turn him around and stuff. Oops, see, there we go. So he's on his back. Let's get him up onto his feet. Let's stick him down and let's go for a little drive. Oops. A lot of the time it's a case of, while I'm moving around, also knowing whether I should be holding the shift down or the space to kind of level him out. And unfortunately, he doesn't turn very well at the moment. That's mostly because I took those wheels off. I had to take those off because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to fit all of these guns on. He ended up being tier 2, so I had to replace the tier 1 guns where I could. No, did I? I think I even ended up swapping the guns back out. I just ran out of flops. I needed more hover blades on him. But he is. Oh dear. Such a comical chap. Now, he's in T2, so he's coming up in guys in sort of green. Well, maybe not green, possibly green. But certainly guys in brown armour and stuff. And the first couple of battles I had with him were not like Rover. He did just get shredded to pieces. And also I had a little bit of difficulty manoeuvring him around the battlefield. But once I'd got the hang of it, I think 2 or 3 games in, I actually started managing to kill a few people. Again, I think a lot of it was the surprise factor and the shock and awe of, you know, turning around a camera and then suddenly they're like, what? What is that? And just those few seconds of hesitation or trying to take in what the hell it is they've come up against actually gave me the edge to maybe do some kind of significant damage to them. And because he can't really turn, he doesn't have what you'd call a tight turning circle, and also depending on the terrain, sometimes it doesn't seem to want to let me turn. So quite often he's just running around, shooting at stuff, and then, you know, carries on going. Oh, let's see, let's get you stood up a bit better. There you go. Okay, I think I've got the hang of this guy again. Yeah, that was the thing. If you look at the boots, they've got sort of a sole and a little bit of extra grey on there to give him some weight in his feet. Now, the original design, he pretty much had solid grey boots, but once I'd taken those other wheels off, it was just weighing him down too much, making him far too slow and heavy for the hovers to do anything, and they really come into play for kind of correcting and being able to get him back on his feet if he falls over. There you go. Oh dear, this guy's too much fun. Okay, well, there he is. You've had a good chance to have a look at him in action. The hover blades are quite high up, so because of that he can barely lift his feet off the ground, which means on this kind of thing they don't really help him hover over it. Yeah. So these are a barrier to him. If I get the flops, this is why I might have to buy another bait. If I get the flops, I would love to do this guy in maybe some different coloured armour and put some proper jets onto him, and some better hover blades and some better weapons, and make this into an actual deadly machine. And then he'd be able to take off properly. I'd be able to make that into a proper little jetpack on the back of him, so he'd be able to fly around a bit as well as just use those jets to kind of help turn him and help correct him when he falls over. Okay, now if I take him out, he's going to be in against T2. So while he had some decent battles before, don't get your hopes up. This will probably go horribly, horribly wrong. Yeah, I imagine this will not end well, unless, you know, there's only 1 or 2 2s and we're in with mostly 1s. Awesome, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's see how we go. Oh, also he does prefer the Mars maps. The ice maps can be terrible for him trying to manoeuvre around in. Got the same map as before. Got a flyer on our team, some other guys. Let's see. Let's get back up on our feet. And let's go for a wander. Oh, he has to do that. Come on, let's go. This is so hard to drive. I mean, it's bad enough just driving him around anyway, but on these ice maps, it is something else. But still, come on, hold on in there. Oh, good, we're coming up. Oh, don't fall over now. Oops, rocks. Rocks. And destroyed. Well, there you go. See, I knew it. Look at that. Destroyed by a little brown tissue box with plasma guns stuck on it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like that. That one by Remix20 is the kind of little thing I used to make. Those guys are quite nice. I may have a go at something like that. I think I've certainly got the blocks for it. I just haven't got the room in the base. Gosh, you know, if only you could save designs. If you could save designs, then, you know, I could just save this and load out something else, you know? That would be so nice. But unfortunately, I'm limited by the amount of bays that I've got. Let's have another go with this guy. Limited with the amount of bays I've got, so I may actually be tempted into buying some more bays, you know, which means I'm going to have to hit the game currency again. Oh no, we're in against all twos, so we're just going to be destroyed. Well, wait, we're not. I am. Okay. Oh, and this is the other ice map. Okay, let's see if I can get over this way. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Don't fall over. Oh, where's he going? He's decided he's going this way. I wanted to go down the middle, but the robot's got other ideas. So, let's see what's going on. Still, he's handling the ice quite nicely. Oh, come on. Up you get. Up you get. Up you get. Come on, negotiate this. Okay, he's not. I'm not even going to try and take him up there. Spend far too long doing that. Let's go and surprise somebody around this corner. No. I do love how I tower above the flatbeds. Oh, plasma tank. He's not going to get up this hill, is he? Let's go the other way. Let's try and get out of there. He doesn't like hills or stairs. He's wandering around all over the place. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's just eject. Eject at speed. Stand back up, you fiend. Okay. No, come on. There's killing to be done over here. Oh, don't fall over. Oh, good job. How that guy didn't blow me to shreds, I don't know. Oh, I'm never going to hit him from there. Let's just, come on. Let's try and jet past this difficult bit of terrain. His rocket pack is awesome and not very effective. Right, okay, should be able to drive along this bit. Ouch, lost a leg. You utter fiend. Oh. Come on. It's one-legged. One-legged now. Awesome stuff. Managed to stay in till the end. Lost a leg. So, yeah, I would probably need... On this guy, I probably need to be really about 80, 90, maybe even level 100 to really kind of flesh him out and have the control and the firepower and the armor that I wanted to make this into a actual efficient killing machine. But by crikey, that just sounds like a challenge to me. That's so, you know. And I think I'd at least like to keep him in a bay, sort of as an idea of how I got the little joints together and the parts of him. Let's just have a quick nosy round here. And yes, of course, there was one version where I had a front-mounted gun, and he was anatomically correct. But at that point, he had a lot less weapons on him, and it was a lot more obvious. If I was to stick one on there now, you wouldn't really notice it so much. But in the first design, it was really obvious, and so now he's just got a little jet belly button. But yeah, I do just enjoy that. I wish I had if I get another couple of levels higher, I should be able to put those wheels back onto it. So he's got roller skates, and boy did he look fantastic with roller skates on. And it was certainly a lot easier to control him. Let's have another one. I do enjoy this. I mean, for a start, how fast you get into these T1 and 2 battles, you know? Super fast. And oh great, we're in against 3s now. So I am purely a mascot. I doubt I'll be doing any damage. You know, it's hard enough getting this thing to traverse a map, let alone take anything out. Okay, well, at least we're on Mars. So I'm just gonna try and get out over this way. Don't fancy going up that large incline. Let's see if I can see anything. No, I've got quite the height advantage. These people scoping me on our team should be looking the other way. Managed to get a hit on that guy. I have to watch out for these fellas as well. I imagine there's probably going to be some rail guys trying to scope me in a sec. Ouch. Let's try and go off this way. Oh, I'm being shot at. Let's just run out now. Destroyed. Oh, that's too much fun. That is too much fun. Okay, that was a bit harsh. Let's have a look at these designs. I am going to be building some kind of flatbed. Yeah. I really think oh, that's nice. One of the things I was saying in my last video, the one that didn't make it to YouTube because of my PC overheating, was these railgun guys, and they get a lot of criticism and a lot of people think they're OP, and I just honestly, if you watch this guy, he takes a shot and then unless his craft is built really nicely, he gets a huge amount of recoil, which means he then has to have the patience and the knowledge to know when those guns have realigned, and he can train them back onto somebody else to scope them and get a shot. And this whole time here, you know, if there was a flyer around or somebody gets an SMG gets directly underneath him or something, he's effectively a sitting duck. So, you know, yeah, it's horrible to be taken out by these railgun blimps, just the same as it is to get taken out by anything. But people that say they have no skill, well, building them for a start requires skill. And then, you know, see, he was a sitting duck for that ground-based railgun. There's not much left. Here's another one. In fact, I think this is the one from the earlier video that I was talking about. Okay, not too many designs to look at. Really don't think it's a great idea having those headlamps on. Unless your machine is really, like, you've built something that is incredibly effective. Because if you're coming around this corner on him and he's hiding, you'll be able to see the headlights before you see him. And so the enemy is going to know that you're hiding. And from a distance, if I'm in one of my flying things, I'll be able to see his craft a lot more clearer than I'll be able to see anyone else's that doesn't have the headlights on. So, beware when you use those headlights. You know? They may look great, but they also have a consequence. You know, it's like when I stick the vapor trails onto my airplanes. Sure, they look great, but they also add the please shoot me factor to your craft. Speaking of which, I've got 4 flops left, so what do these cost? I forgot to look. 25? Well, he's not having them anyway. I wouldn't have minded putting one or two of those onto here as eyes or something. Having big beam eyes would be lovely, or up on the shoulders. You know, there's room on here for front-mounted weapons and other kinds of stuff. I just I think this guy is awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay, I'm going to have another go with this guy, and then depending on how fast I can get into a battle with my other craft, I may keep the video running to do some of my 8, 9 and 10s, because I need a victory point in those bays, but also very much aware that my last video just got destroyed because of this laptop overheating, and while it's a lot cooler in this room now, I don't want to take the chance of making a super long video and then having it just destroyed again because the laptop fails. Okay, I'm going to let these guys run out ahead. Nice one, fellas. Oops. Awesome stuff. I need these guys to get ahead, so it's going to be hard enough negotiating these barriers. But let's see, with these guys up ahead of me, I can certainly shoot over them. And destroyed. There we go. Okay, let's have a quick look around. That's nice. Almost looks like a little samurai helmet, doesn't it, with the plasma up on top of that? Very nice stuff. Okay, let's see. Mark 2. Can't. He will just get destroyed if I put him into 7, and it will take too long. Okay, I've got the 8. So hopefully he'll get into a battle the fastest. Although saying that, there looks to be hardly anyone on. This is where I'm going to get thrown in with 9s and 10s here. I'd much rather be in with 6s and 7s, but that's how it goes. Let me just see how long we've been recording for. 35 minutes. Okay, I like I said, I don't want to take the chance of doing a long video and then it just dying on me and not being able to save it out and put it on YouTube. It is such a shame. Having so much fun with this guy before, and then lost it all. It's so hot here in the UK at the moment, and the house, the house I'm in, it gets a lot of sun in the daytime, and it just cooks the house. You know, by the evening time, upstairs it's just like an oven, and I probably won't get any sleep tonight, so I may well be up on Robocraft all night, playing around, and then maybe get a bit of a kip early in the morning when it's a little bit cooler, and try and get back up again. Okay. Well, this guy's a lot easier to control. I can tell thee that. See, I would love to get my my mech guy up to this level of control. That'd be just awesome. So that's something shooting at me. Yeah, so we've got any sign of where the enemy is. You know, I didn't even look to see what tiers. Am I right in thinking that I'm up against 9s and 10s? Because if so, I'm going to have to be really careful. I could just be one-shotted out of the sky. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to die here. Lovely stuff. Nice red tank. It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, so we had a lot of plasma bombers on our team. I should have just gone out with them guys. Lovely stuff. Ouch. Well, there we go. I think that pays for all of the little white odds and sods I had to buy today in that one loss. Okay. I'm going to put him into queue, but I'm probably not going to play a battle. No, there's nothing in 10 and hardly anything here. So. Oops. I'm going to leave it there. Actually, you know what? I'm not. MechaMan Mk1. I think if I have him out too long in the T2, I'll just upset people because he doesn't exactly pull his weight on the team. Whereas Rover's like, I think his highest is 2 kills. But you know, I can work on that. Again, he has the shock and awe factor, and he's a lot more controllable. Really, all I have to do is hold down shift to use the hovers to pull him down onto his wheelbase, so he's got some good traction and doesn't topple over. And then, of course, if I lose a leg or anything, I can press space to kind of float him back up, or if he falls over, I can use space to right him. So there's nowhere near the level of extra kind of controls or specific moves I have to do just to keep him upright. And he quite happily turns left and right, as a good Mars rover should. Don't want to go out there just yet. Oops, see, there we go, just press space and he's up on his feet. I might actually go off this way. There's a flyer there. Is he AFK? Or is he just taking his sweet time? Not really sure. Let's go and... Nothing coming around there. Yep, I think he was just AFKing or has had some kind of connection problem. Where are we going? Stand up. Not in the fight at the moment, am I? What is happening? I think I lost a bit of control there. Let's try and sort this out. Oh, there's little rocks. I can't see them because I have my graphics turned down. This isn't exactly a gaming laptop, so I tend to have my graphics turned down on it just to play, and it means sometimes you can't see the faces of the terrain. You get slightly weird effects. That's one of our guys. So I think I was just bouncing off a couple of little well-placed rocks. Oh, have I disconnected? Oh wow, that was an awesome bit of lag. Awesome bit of lag that's cost me a couple of legs. Doesn't stop me from being awesome and destructive. I am a little bit stuck. Okay, let's try and get after him. It's going to be a little bit difficult because these swinging legs act as pendulums and rock me back and forth as I'm trying to steer, so I have to kind of overcompensate as I'm steering for that, but I can still move around. In all honesty, this is no less difficult to control like this than the MechaMan. What's going on? Oh, that's weird. I think there's some serious lag kind of issues going on here for people. Or maybe it's just me. But we are, we're capping and they're capping. We've got a team victory. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay, I'm going to have one more with this guy. I was a bit disappointed with the those pebbles that kind of scuppered me at the beginning of the game. 6 points is nothing for this guy. I want to try and get him up to 3 kills. Probably won't get to do it in this video, but it would make me feel a lot better about taking this guy out. I mean, sure, it's fun for me, but you do also want to get the kills. Oh no, we're up against 2s. Let's hope they're just stunned by my awesome SMG tank of death that Rover surely is. Okay, let's boogie. I have to be careful coming around here because there's like 3 different ways people can be coming from. And then there's the ridges as well with favourite spots. Yeah, see, somebody just died going around there. Might try and sneak up this way. Watch the rocks. some guys over there. I think I might go for the base and then maybe try and cover some people. Hope they haven't got too many on defense. No, base is looking good. Haven't seen any enemy flyers yet. Oh, it looks like there's one there. I have to be careful nothing sneaks up on me. Oh, looks like they're going for the base as well. Now, where's that guy gone? You know, they should give you a bit more for the base bonus. I really do think it's pitiful, the amount you get. You know, I'm entirely paranoid the whole time I'm sat on here. And everyone on the enemy team knows where I am. It looks like they've all raced for their base and they're going to start overtaking me now because there's obviously more of them on that base than there are on this one. So, never mind. Still no repairs. Base capture 3 points, a total of 10 RP. Piff. That's horrible, isn't it? Okay, well there you go. I hope you enjoyed MechaMan Mk1. I think he's awesome. I'm not so sure that the rest of the people on my team were that impressed with him being out there. He certainly doesn't pull his weight at the moment. I would love to get this guy in some awesome coloured armour with some heavy weapons on him and some proper rockets and wheels and hovers and stuff, and just take him out and destroy. That would be so much better. But I'm at what? Level 54 with 1006 flops, so I feel I've got some way to go yet. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'll be back probably after I've got my my victory bonuses in on those planes. I do that now, but there's so very few people playing that the wait times will just be horrendous. Maybe I'll treat myself to some game currency and get some bays so I can build a few more things in there. And when it's being slow in the high tiers, I can run around and have a quick game in the lower tiers. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.